Hello guys, welcome to my channel. Today we are going to talk about 10 weird facts about the United States of America. If you want to know more about this country, stay tuned until the end of the video. Let's go. Number 10, it snows metal. When people think of snow, they usually think of white flakes falling from the sky, not red-hot burning metal. However, in the Yakutat Tlingit area of Alaska, it does snow metal. A few years ago, scientists discovered that a volcano nearby had been releasing metal in the form of solid balls, which were later found to be composed of iron and nickel. The metal balls looked like small marbles, but some were as large as grizzly bears. Scientists still aren't sure how the metals are forming or why they are ball-shaped. They have a theory that the metal is coming from a volcano and then freezing onto microscopic particles of water vapor before falling to the ground as snow. No. 9. There is a river in the United States that flows upwards. The world is full of strange rivers, including one in the United States that defies gravity by flowing upwards. This rare phenomenon occurs at the Great Blue Hole in the Nodak National Preserve in Alaska. Here, the Nodak River actually reverses its flow for part of the year, creating an upflowing river. The river's reversal happens due to seasonal changes and the riverbed's unique shape. In the winter, ice builds up in the river, and the warm temperatures in the spring cause the ice to melt, making the river appear to flow upward. Number 8. In Death Valley, it rains diamonds. Death Valley is located in eastern California and is known for its extreme heat and arid climate. Despite this, it has been reported that diamonds rain down from the sky in this area. The valley is situated on top of ancient alluvial deposits left behind from past civilizations. These deposits contain a high concentration of carbon, which is believed to be the source of the diamonds. The intense pressure and heat from the Earth's mantle cause the carbon atoms to bond and crystallize, forming diamonds. Some experts believe that Death Valley could be the largest primary source of diamonds in the world. Number 7. You can't smile and breathe at the same time. Have you ever tried to smile and breathe at the same time? It is physically impossible to do both simultaneously. When you inhale, your diaphragm and all the muscles between your ribs contract. If you try to force a smile at the same time, you will block the air from getting into your lungs. Your body won't allow you to do both at once because it needs air to live. So next time you feel like smiling, take a deep breath first. No. 6. The President of the United States has his own personal brewery. Did you know that the White House has a secret brewery used exclusively by the President and his guests? It was installed in 2014 under the Obama administration, so the President could enjoy a cold beer while entertaining guests without having to worry about breaking any laws. The White House brewery uses the same equipment that home brewers use, but on a larger scale. The only difference is that the President has access to much better ingredients than most home brewers. The hops, barley, and yeast are all imported directly from Europe, where they can be difficult to obtain in the United States. The beer brewed at the White House is not available for sale to the public, but it is rumored that it is quite good. No. 5. There is a place in Texas where you can mail babies. In the small town of Terlingua, Texas, there is a unique way to welcome new babies into the world. Instead of taking them to a hospital, parents can choose to mail their babies via the U.S. Postal Service. The Terlingua Post Office has a special box outside the building where parents can drop off their babies after they are born. The babies are then taken to a local doctor who checks them over and makes sure they are healthy. Parents must fill out a form with the baby's name and date of birth before dropping them off at the post office. The tradition began in 1985 when a local resident jokingly suggested it to the postmaster. Since then, dozens of babies have been mailed in Texas. Number 4. Crying could make you feel a lot better. Crying could be a sign of weakness, but sometimes it could also help us release our stress. Crying is a natural response to stress and sadness, and it can provide a number of physical and emotional benefits. When we cry, our bodies release hormones such as prolactin and endorphins, which can help to reduce stress and tension. Crying can also help to express our emotions and communicate our feelings to others. This can lead to increased empathy and understanding from those around us, and can help us to build stronger relationships. Studies have shown that crying can have a number of physical health benefits, such as reducing blood pressure and boosting the immune system. It can also help to relieve pain and tension, and can even help us to live longer. Number 3. Alaska is closer to Asia than it is to the rest of the United States. When you look at a map of the world, it may seem like the entire United States is close to Asia, but if you zoom in on Alaska, you will find that it is actually closer to the continent of Asia than it is to the rest of the country. The distance between Anchorage, Alaska, and the Russian city of Yuzhno-Sakhalinsk is only 55 miles. The distance between Anchorage and Honolulu, Hawaii is 2,400 miles. Number 2. In New York City, there is a subway line that doesn't connect to the rest of the system. One of the most iconic cities in the world is New York City with its world-famous subway system. But did you know that there is a subway line in the city that doesn't connect to the rest of the system? The line is called the Staten Island Railway, and it runs from St. George Terminal in Staten Island to the Great Kills section of the borough. The railway was built in the early 1900s and was originally intended to be a commuter rail line connecting Staten Island to Manhattan. However, the line never connected to the rest of the subway system, and today it operates as a sort of standalone commuter rail line. The Staten Island Railway is unique in that it is the only subway line in New York City that does not use standard gauge tracks. The tracks on the Staten Island Railway are actually a narrow gauge, which means that trains can only travel at a maximum speed of 25 miles per hour. Because of this, the line has never been able to connect to the rest of the subway system, which uses standard gauge tracks. Number 1. There is a ghost town in the middle of the ocean. The United States is home to many ghost towns, but one of the most unusual is the ghost town of Atlantis, which is located in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean. Atlantis was founded in the early 1900s and was originally intended to be a luxury resort. However, the town was never finished and was abandoned before it could be completed. Today, Atlantis is home to just a few dozen people who live in the town's abandoned buildings. The town is accessible by boat and is open to tourists who are interested in exploring this unique ghost town. Visitors to Atlantis can explore the town's abandoned streets and buildings and learn about the town's history. There are also a number of businesses in Atlantis, including a restaurant and a bar. Now let's move on to the next question. What is the capital of the United States? The capital of the United States is Washington, D.C. What is the largest city in the United States? The largest city in the United States is New York City. How many states are there in the United States? Are 50 states in the United States? When was the Declaration of Independence signed? The Declaration of Independence was signed on July 4, 1776. Who was the first president of the United States? George Washington was the first president of the United States. What is the national anthem of the United States? The national anthem of the United States is the Star-Spangled Banner. That's all for today. Thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a thumbs up below and subscribe so you don't miss any new videos. See you soon.